You stopped in front of Louis Vuitton showcase, saw the price of the bag and thought, really cost all this? Yeah, you're not alone. A lot of people wonders why someone would pay thousands of dollars for a piece that, at first glance, just looks like a common bag. But is it just a bag? Or is there anything behind this price that most people don't see? The truth is that luxury is not just about what you buy. It's about what you feel when buying. It is about the prestige of having something that few can achieve. The world of high-income fashion lives on subtle codes, exclusivity, impeccable handicrafts, celebrity collaborations, limited editions, legitimate leather. All goes beyond simple cost and benefit logic. And Louis Vuitton is a master transforming desire into value. In this video, we go far beyond its expensive because it's brand. Let's open the LVMH doors, dive into Bernard Arnault's legacy, the richest man in the world, and understand what really transforms a leather piece into a symbol of global status. You can bet after seeing everything behind it, you may never see a bag the same way. So already leave the like, subscribe to the channel, and activates notifications so as not to lose any content like this. What comes next will change your way of seeing the luxury. And more than that, it will show you how great brands build an empire from perception of value. Let's go together? By 2022, LVMH, holding that runs luxury brands like Louis Vuitton, hit an impressive record 79, 2 billion euros in revenue. We are not just talking about a post-pandemic recovery, but a true jump of organic growth in all sectors of the group. Fashion, cosmetics, thin drinks, everything prospered. Louis Vuitton, of course, played a prominent role in the performance, being one of the conglomerate revenue locomotives. This shows the global appetite for brands that represent exclusivity and prestige. The most interesting thing is how this growth was not only driven by volume, but by strategy. LVMH knows it doesn't sell products, sell stories, status, and experiences. The fashion segment and leather items, where Louis Vuitton reigns, has reached historical levels. Each year, more consumers are willing to pay high prices in exchange for the feeling of belonging to an elite. This is luxury in its purest form: desire, scarcity, and status symbol. But don't think this is the work of chance. LVMH invests heavily in marketing, innovation, and quality control to maintain the excellence of its brands. This focus on detail creates an almost unbeatable reputation on the market. When you hear Louis Vuitton, your mind automatically associates with sophistication, legitimate leather, exclusive design, and prestige. This brand power is what allows you to charge so much and yet sell as water in the desert. Now, a data that many people ignore: the organic growth of LVMH is not only from Europe or the US. The brand is increasingly strong in Asia, especially in China. Their luxury products like Louis Vuitton are seen as successful symbols and social mobility. In other words, the more the world evolves economically, the more people enter the club of high-income consumer. And who leads this club? LVMH, with its billionaire revenue and global impact brands. When we talk about a luxury brand, it is impossible not to remember Louis Vuitton. Founded in 1854, she crossed centuries maintaining her essence and gaining new generations. The secret? Constant reinvention without losing its roots. It is that rare combination of tradition with innovation, a balance that few can maintain. It is no exaggeration to say that Louis Vuitton is a crown jewel inside the LVMH, being one of the most profitable and recognized brands on the planet. LV is not just a brand, it is a cultural icon. Its monogram is instantly recognizable, even for those who have never bought a piece. And this is a result of decades, or rather centuries, building an image based on exclusivity, prestige, and impeccable quality. When someone carries a Louis Vuitton bag, he is also carrying a story, a status symbol, and a certain air of silent sophistication. Nothing in it is by chance, but the success of Louis Vuitton not just came from his inheritance. She knew how to adapt to the new times with mastery. In recent years, partnerships with celebrities like Kanye West and artists like Takashi Murakami and Jeff Koons have helped renew the brand image without losing their exclusive aura. These collaborations with influential names have given the brand new breath, making it even more desired, especially among younger ones who see a form of self-expression in luxury. Finally, we cannot ignore the role of Louis Vuitton in LVMH strategic positioning. It acts as the brightest showcase in the empire led by Bernard Arnault. When a brand can remain relevant, desired, and extremely profitable for over 160 years, it says a lot about its ability to adapt, innovation, and of course, quality control. But this story is only more interesting when we find out who is behind it all. Louis Vuitton is not just a luxury brand. She is part of a billionaire empire led by none other than Bernard Arnault. In 2022, Arnault was recognized as the richest man in the world, with an estimated equity in incredible $191 billion. Even overcoming Elon Musk, Arnault has solidified his position as one of the biggest names in the global luxury market. And the star of your empire? Louis Vuitton, of course. Bernard Arnault is a visionary in the purest sense of the word. He built LVMH with a unique ability to identify brands that have not only a market appeal, but also enormous growth potential. Louis Vuitton was one of those right bets. Under its leadership, the brand not only grew, but consolidated itself as the synonym of luxury worldwide. And this rise was not the work of chance. Arnault has an approach focused on total quality control and preserving the exclusivity of its brands, which is fundamental to the success of Louis Vuitton. Arnault, besides being an unbeatable strategist, is also known for his ability to diversify investments. He is not content only to acquire fashion brands, but also makes intelligent acquisitions in various other sectors, such as wines, watches, and even technology brands. This multifaceted thinking is what allows LVMH and, consequently, Louis Vuitton always remain ahead of the competition. Diversification in the brand's portfolio allows for incomparable risk control and global presence. However, what really differentiates Bernard Arnault from other billionaires is his business philosophy. He is not just a brand's collector, he is a careful guardian of legacy and exclusivity. Each brand of the LVMH portfolio, including Louis Vuitton, follows a philosophy that preserves the art of luxury, the high level of quality control, and attention to detail. This makes Louis Vuitton more than a brand. It is a reflection of Arnault's vision about what true luxury means. When you see a simple Louis Vuitton wallet being sold for about $500, it's easy to think, what's so special about it? But that's the great trick of luxury. At Louis Vuitton, the price is not just about what is visibly in your play, but about everything it represents. A $500 wallet can be simple in appearance, but it is made of legitimate leathers, with strict quality control, and a prestige that transforms a common accessory into a status symbol. Now, if you've already taken a look at the iconic Neverfull bag, you know the price is a little higher, ranging from $1,500 to $2,000. But what is this price so high? The answer lies in the combination of exclusivity and quality. Each item is a result of an artisanal process, with meticulously worked details to ensure that each piece is unique. Of course, Louis Vuitton also knows what many consumers are willing to pay a piece of elite exclusivity. And here comes the true power of luxury. Exclusive pieces or limited editions of Louis Vuitton can cost tens of thousands of dollars. For example, collaboration with a renowned artist or commemorative edition may have its price multiplied for its scarcity and prestige. Louis Vuitton not only creates products, it creates experiences, and these products become much more than material items. They are, in practice, an entry note to a world where luxury has an undisputed value. What may surprise many people is that, even at high prices, Louis Vuitton does not lose its appeal. On the contrary, it maintains it and increases. In a world where everyone wants to have something few can achieve, the price becomes almost irrelevant. After all, the brand is not just selling an item, it is selling the feeling of having something unique, exclusive, and full of history. And who wouldn't want to pay a little more about it? Louis Vuitton, like many other luxury brands, has its clearly defined target audience, the upper and medium high classes. But here is an important detail: luxury is not just a matter of income. Of course, high income facilitates the acquisition of products, but the real appeal of the brand goes beyond purchasing power. Buying Louis Vuitton is first and foremost a matter of desire and status. It is a symbol that demonstrates that you have achieved something few can achieve. This is something that many do not perceive at first glance. Louis Vuitton knows it doesn't just sell products, it sells a life experience, a promise of prestige. You may have a lot of money, but the real luxury is in an exclusive circle, to be able to say that it is part of an elite that knows the value of exclusivity. And it is this feeling that makes people run to LV stores, not only to buy, but to feel that they're getting something that is not within everyone's reach. Now, this does not mean that Louis Vuitton is inaccessible for those who are not a billionaire. The brand has created a range of products that allow people from the middle class to also have access to luxury even more restricted. A wallet or entrance bag is enough to ensure that you are inside the club. And when making this purchase, the person is not just getting a legitimate leather item, but allowing themselves a glimpse of this elite. And those who have tried this luxury hardly want to go back. But the most fascinating of all is how this desire for luxury spreads beyond the highest classes. Louis Vuitton has a global appeal, especially among those who seek more than one product. They seek a lifestyle. One of LV's biggest secrets is precisely this ability to connect with people of different origins, offering not only an expensive product, but a way of being and being in the world, a prestigious experience that transcends any lace track. A lot of people wonder what justifies the high price of Louis Vuitton products. The answer begins in the materials. LV does not make concessions when it comes to quality. It uses very high-quality legitimate leathers from renowned places such as Italy, France, and Switzerland. These leathers are not only beautiful, but also durable, with unique textures and resistance that only time can reveal. Therefore, each LV product carries a story of selection and care that few luxury brands can match. But luxury is not just made of material. It is also forged in the handicraft involved. Each piece of Louis Vuitton goes through the hands of highly specialized artisans who devote hours of work into each item, using traditional techniques. These professionals not only produce products, but create works of art. Quality control is unbeatable. Each bag, each wallet is carefully inspected to ensure that it meets the brand's strict standards. This increases the cost of production, but also the value perceived by the consumer. In addition, the price is impacted by design and innovation. Louis Vuitton constantly invests in new collections, exclusive partnerships, and innovative designs. Collaborations with artists and celebrities also help create unique and desired pieces that make the brand even more relevant in the global scenario. These partnerships are not just marketing, they are a way of reinforcing the LV image as a single brand and exclusivity as a high cost. We must not forget the value of the experience that Louis Vuitton offers. The consumer does not only pay for the product themselves, but for the feeling of getting something rare and prestigious. The luxury, in the end, is about belonging. Each time you buy a Louis Vuitton product, you're not just buying an item, you are buying a part of an exclusive universe. And this, as we know, has a price. The true secret behind Louis Vuitton's high price is in the excellence of his handicraft. Unlike many brands that opt for mass production, LV maintains a production pattern that privileges quality above all. Each item, whether a bag or wallet, goes through the hands of highly trained artisans. These professionals are not only workers, but true masters in their techniques. With years of experience in manipulating materials, such as legitimate leather the brand uses, Louis Vuitton's handcrafted production involves meticulous processes. From leather cut to final seam, every detail is carefully analyzed and handmade. This ensures that each piece is unique, with an impeccable finish pattern. Quality control is so strict that any short defect is reason for the product to be discarded. This can increase costs, but also ensures that the consumer receives a product that is worth the price. They are paying something durable, made to last decades. This focus on specialized labor is part of Louis Vuitton's DNA. The brand has always maintained this high production pattern, even with increasing demand. And this is one of the biggest differentials of the brand. When you buy a Louis Vuitton piece, you are not just getting something that is functional, but an object that was created with skill and dedication, level rarely seen in the luxury market. It is as if you are buying a work of art, made by skilled hands that have a deep knowledge of ancestral craft techniques. In a world where mass production is the norm, Louis Vuitton stands out for preserving and valuing these handcrafted practices. The result is a final product that is not only of high quality, but also carries with a story of dedication and expertise. This commitment to handicrafts and quality is what guarantees the brand's longevity in the luxury market, maintaining its position as one of the most desired and prestigious in the world. Quality control at Louis Vuitton is something that goes far beyond what many imagine. When you purchase an LV product, you are buying a guarantee that it has undergone tests and strict inspections throughout the production process. The brand has an unshakable commitment to quality, and this is reflected in each piece that comes out of its factories. From each sewing with every thorough detail, nothing escapes the eyes attentive to those responsible for quality control. What if something doesn't meet the required standard? It is simply rejected. Each item is going through a series of tests to ensure that it meets expectations of durability, aesthetics, and functionality. This includes, for example, leather resistance tests, hardware inspection, and verification of perfection in finishing. These procedures are performed to ensure that when the customer buys something from Louis Vuitton, they are receiving a piece that is not only beautiful, but also resistant and made to last for many years. This control is not a formality, it is a question of ensuring that the brand name is always synonymous with excellence. In addition to ensuring the quality of each piece, LV also offers a warranty as an additional commitment to its customers. This guarantee is a reflection of the trust that the brand has in its products and serves to reassure the consumer that, in case of defects or unexpected problems, they will be supported. This is not just a marketing strategy, it is a promise that Louis Vuitton is committed to the customer experience from beginning to end of the buying journey. So when you buy something from Louis Vuitton, you're not just buying one product, but a product with a guarantee that you have gone through an extremely strict quality control process. This level of dedication and perfection not only justifies a high price, but makes consumers feel confident of durability and value of what they are acquiring. And this, in the world of luxury, is simply non-negotiable. Louis Vuitton has become what it is today thanks to a set of brand and marketing strategies that have made it a world reference in the luxury segment. One basis of this strategy is undoubtedly exclusivity. The brand is positioned as something reserved for the few, and this aura of inaccessibility is, in fact, what makes the desire to possess it grow. When you see someone with a product Louis Vuitton, it's like witnessing an achievement, something few people have achieved. This creates a unique relationship between the brand and its audience, where the simple act of buying an LV piece is already a way of affirming its status. Another fundamental point in Louis Vuitton's strategy is collaboration with celebrities and artists. When a famous figure like Kanye West or Jeff Koons create a limited edition or a special collection, the impact is immeasurable. These collaborations are not just a marketing trick, they are a way to keep the brand relevant, innovative, and connected to cultural trends. Partnerships with celebrities and artists create even greater exclusivity, causing their products to become items of desire not only by fans of the brand, but also by those who seek something unique and differentiated. In addition, Louis Vuitton also invests heavily in its global presence, both in physical stores and on its online platform. Its stores are more than simple points of sale, they are real luxury temples designed to offer a unique experience to consumers. Stores' design reflects brand sophistication and creates an environment where the customer feels immersed in the Louis Vuitton universe. The brand also maintains a strong online presence, with an e-commerce platform that ensures access to its products to customers around the world, maintaining exclusivity without losing global reach. This combination of exclusivity, strategic collaborations, and global brand presence is what keeps Louis Vuitton at the top. The brand is not content to be just a luxury producer. It positions itself as a life experience, a symbol of success and prestige. And all this is carefully orchestrated to create a deep, and lasting desire in the hearts of its consumers. When you look at high prices from Louis Vuitton products, it can be difficult to understand what justifies these values. But when considering everything involved in creating each piece, from rigorous quality control, going through high-class crafts to marketing strategies that create an almost irresistible desire, it is clear why LV is a world luxury icon. The brand is not only selling an item, but a unique experience of prestige, exclusivity, and unquestionable quality. Buying a Louis Vuitton product is investing in something that goes beyond the material. It is a way of being connected to a universe where exclusivity and status become tangible. The high price reflects the value that is placed in each aspect of the creation of the product, from the choice of premium materials to the collaboration with world-renowned artists. And for many consumers, this is worth every penny. The real question is not because Louis Vuitton is so expensive, but why so many people are willing to pay for it. The value of the brand goes far beyond its price. It lies in the prestige it offers and the sense of belonging to a very select group. And that is precisely what makes Louis Vuitton more than a brand. It is a symbol, a reflection of success, and a life marked by luxury. So the next time you come across a Louis Vuitton play and wonder if it's worth the price, remember what you are paying is not just for the product. You are paying for history, quality, exclusivity, and of course the unique experience of being part of the Louis Vuitton world. Did you like what you learned? Want to find out more about the world of luxury, iconic brands, and how they become successful symbols? Subscribe to the channel and enable notifications so as not to lose our next content. Don't miss the chance to delve into this fascinating universe.